In this segment, we're solving quadratic equations by factorization. In other words, we're using the factorization method to solve the quadratic equations. Let's look at the first case. Let us say we find ourselves with 4x squared minus 5x is equal to 0. For all quadratic equations, we must let everything equal to 0 in order to solve it. Here is the indication that we're dealing with a quadratic equation. The highest power of the variable is a 2x squared. This tells us that it's a quadratic equation. So this means then we're going to have to use the quadratic formula or using the factorization method as we plan to do here to solve this. Now let's look at the factorization method quickly. What is the common factor between 4x squared and negative 5x? The common factor is x. So we're going to divide our common factor into the terms, and then we write down what we get. So x into 4x squared, we're left with 4x. X into negative 5x, we're left with negative 5. And this is equal to 0. The only time two things can be multiplied to give a 0 if one of them or both of them is a 0. So the logical thing to say is either x is equal to 0 or 4x minus 5 is equal to 0. Well, this is already a solution where x is equal to 0. So 4x minus 5, if we add 5 to both sides, as you could see, we're now left with 4x is equal to 5. Remember that we intend to find x, so we're going to divide by 4, divide by 4. So in this case, we're seeing where x is equal to 5/4. What are our two responses? In one of the case, x can equal to 5/4. In the other case, x is equal to 2, is equal to 0. My bad. So x is equal to 0, x is equal to 5/4. Let's look at another example. All right, let's look at another example. All right, in this other example that we're going to be doing, we're using this. So let us say we have a case where we have a 3x squared minus 2x is equal to 8. It's a quadratic because the highest power of the variable is a 2. In other words, then, we're going to have to bring everything on one side to solve this. So we would have to subtract 8 from the right side and balance by subtracting 8 from the left side. Then we simplify. 3x squared minus 2x minus 8 is equal to 0. We're going to employ the factorization method, and it is the AC method that we're going to have to use because there is an A. So A is equal to 3 and C is equal to negative 8, which makes AC 3 times negative 8, and we're looking at negative 24. Well, we need to factorize this. So we're going to list the factor pairs of 24. Remember, factors are positive and negative of the numbers that we're going to be using. So what are we looking at here? We're looking at 1 times 24, that's a factor pair. 2 times 12, that's another. 3 times 8, and 4 times 6. All of these factor pairs will multiply to give back the 24, but only the 4 and the 6 will be able to give us back a negative 2. Now remember, if your AC is negative, which is here, then one of your well, that's not AC. My bad. If AC is negative, right here, negative 24, then one of your factor pairs, one of them will be positive and one will be negative. Let the bigger one take any sign B has, and B is negative, so the 6 is going to be negative and the 4 is going to be positive. Now let's use them back to get back our middle term here. So let's go. We're looking at 3x squared, and we have a positive 4x minus 6x a minus 8, and this is all equal to 0. At this time, we're going to factorize by grouping because we find ourselves with 4 terms. Over here, where we have the 3x squared plus the 4x, we could use x. X into 3x squared is 3x. X into 4x is positive 4. We're going to use negative 2. Negative 2 into negative 6x will give us 3x because we intend for this bracket to be identical to this one. Negative 2 into negative 8 is positive 4. As you can see, equal to 0. That means this bracket is like that bracket. Whenever we reach this level, then we're going to refactorize. We're going to factorize one last time because we do have a common factor, 3x plus 4. Open a bracket. Imagine if 3x plus 4 is supposed to be divided into this. It will cancel itself out, leaving the x. Imagine again if 3x plus 4 is supposed to be divided in this part. It will cancel itself out, leaving negative 2. So here it is. This is what we have. It's either the 3x plus 4 equals 0 or the x minus 2 equals 0. Let us see how far we could go, right? So 3x plus 4 will minus 4 from both sides. 3x is equal to negative 4. We will now divide by 3. Divide by 3. One of our response would be x is equal to negative 4 over 3. And for this one, we'll add 2 to both sides. So x is equal to 2. Our two responses are x is equal to negative 4 over 3 and x is equal to 2. I hope you enjoy watching this and that you learned something. Thank you.